Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Call O'Clock with a big box from bricklink.com, which is why it's not on the desk, and some stuff direct from Lego. Let's get to it! Right, well I've got the big box to my right on the floor, and there is quite a lot of packaging in the top of it. But the name of this order was Grey Plates. Exciting, huh? Yeah? That's what you secretly hoped for when you clicked on this video, isn't it? Grey plates. But yeah, I need an absolute load, I can see them here, for my station platforms. So that's where we shall start. Absolutely loads of these 6x8 ones, which usually I don't find very useful. It's one of those sizes that's strangely either too big or not big enough. Well, maybe the same was true for this vendor actually, which is why they've got absolutely tons. So I selected them because of the number of these they had, because my platforms need to be 8 wide. And if you get 8x8 plates, they're really expensive. 8x16 are really expensive. So 8x4, too small. 8x6, perfect. So I can just use them like that all the way along all those long platforms, because they're about twice the length they used to be. And I think this is the exact number I need, or maybe a couple shy. But yeah, so that just shows you how long those platforms really are. So we'll stack those up as a bit of a backdrop. There we go. So then I was just about filling my boots with everything else I could that looked pretty good. So I also got some quite big dark tan ones for the paths in my fairground and for the undersea sort of frontage. They were cheap. It's 6x12s, so that's a really good find. I'll need those, no problem. And then the other thing they had was some base plates. Now, my city being about, well, I'm going to say half as big as it was last time, but it's more than that, because we've got all the side profiles, not just around the standing holes, but along the entire front. So I reckon it's going to be about double by the time we're done. But one thing I hadn't really sort of planned for as such was the amount of new road plates and just normal base plates that I was going to need just to cover all this area. And I sort of got enough because of the city I had before to do what I wanted to do, until I realised, hang on, but that's pretty much all of them. And one thing that I didn't have many of in my old city was curved road sections. And that's an odd dot there. Bet I can get it off. But anyway, and yeah, I think I had about 3 or 4 curves in the whole city, and I've already used about 3 or 4 curves. I had to cannibalise one just to put one near that bridge that we did the other day. So yeah, I need more, and I need more than just these 2. I think with my entire plans for the city, I think I need 6 more curves. So it shows exactly how big this city is compared with the other one. But here are 2 of them, and looking at them, that one's a bit scuffed. That one's a tiny bit scuffed, but it's just normal wear. I don't think that's too bad. You can put plastic polish on it if you're really that bothered about it. Get it a bit more glossy, but to be honest, half of it's going to be covered with cars. So as long as there's not any real visible scrapes or anything, it's not too bad. And all the studs are going to be covered up with pavement and so on. Definitely needs a clean. That white dot's a bit odd because it looks exactly like that. It looks like a production error, but even that I don't really mind. I mean, that would happen in real life, wouldn't it? When the painting machine does its painting, it will drip all over the place. And another really big one is just green plates, both the 32x32 but also the 16x32 one. So there's 3 here, and these look dirty but perfect. Very dirty but perfect, so that's good. So I need those to fit in all underneath my railway lines where it isn't in the station. So that's the sort of green sections. And because it's quite complicated now, going around all my train sheds and stuff, I've used all of my 16x32s already. So yeah, need some more. Right, anything interesting? Probably not in this bag by the looks of things, but I think there are some good things later on. I'm getting all the boring stuff first, which is great for the thumbnail. I'll bring Robin forward a little bit more and can put this stuff behind her. So yeah, more of those, because I'd run out of those for under the seat, and they're really good for doing multiple layers. And they'll be good around my beach as well, to get us from the sea level a little bit higher for all of our sunbathers and so on. So there's a load of those. Then these ones, interesting shape. They'll be good for the undersea more, I think, than the beach, because the beach will have to sort of correlate with other pieces, I think. So that is good there. Sort of checked which ones I didn't have, because they had practically everything in this store. So I just looked what I didn't have any of, and they had lots of, to sort of fill in my gap, so to speak, because I go through these at a rate of knots. And these really big ones in tan, They'll be good for the beach as well, or under the sea. So that is great to have as well. I'm going to move these about 20 times by the end of this thing, but anyway, I'll put them right at the front. There we go. Then I don't know quite why I did this. They must have been really cheap, but it's just these quite useful 2x2x3 bricks that are great for structural stuff. Yeah, there was 80 of them. So yeah, I bought those. A few pennies each, so not too bad. Some of them are discoloured, but I'm not really bothered because I don't think many of them are going to be on display. In fact, they're all quite discoloured by the looks of things. But yeah, that's fine. They're just so useful. Ugh. And then we've got, golly, it's like everything else. Ah. Oh, something's fallen out. Is that even Lego? That is a bit of something else. Put that in the bin. There we go. Well, we've only got one more bag. But then we've got the stuff from Lego, but this has probably got everything interesting in it. Oh yes, I can see some interesting stuff in here. And something that flew onto the floor, which I'll probably have to find later. Yeah, I have to remember that. Something very small and interesting looking. Oh well, right, so we will move on. So I got loads and loads of grey stuff. Those bits, these that I used in the river, they were really good at changing the sort of angle and bringing in the river a bit. So I think I've got all sorts of different ones. So I've got those ones and those ones. Yeah, they're really useful. That is for something I can't tell you about. It's not an advertising board, but it's one of those plates with just the studs around the outsides in black. I need a second one as well. Two of these to match up with two of these for underneath my bridges or something, no doubt, where blue meets dark tan. Lots of 1x1x5s, 1x2x2s, more of those. Normal slopes that must have been a penny or so. These ones, 3x8s, 3x3s, the other 3x6s. Did I say 8s? I meant 6. More 3x3s, absolutely loads. A couple of these, my favourite, with the trans green, and some minifigures. Check out that bad boy. He's pretty cool, isn't he? He's called Overlord, and he's from Ninjago Legacy, and he's the 4-armed version. I mean, why you'd want the 2-armed version when there's a 4-armed version, I've got no idea, but I don't know anything about him. He sort of looks a bit like a ghosty or an evil spirit or something. And I think I'll just have him wandering around my Ninjago city, even though he looks very scary indeed. He must be on the way to the dentist to get those teeth looked at. I mean, goodness. Look at that. That's absolutely staggering. Has he got another face? No, he hasn't. Yes, he's some sort of super tall, Garmadon-esque sort of baddie from Ninjago that came in 2 sets, including 70666, the Golden Dragon from 2019. Yes. Wow, he looks fantastic. Can he just be walking down the street? If you know his backstory, please add it to the comment section. It'll save me looking it up. More minifigures for army building. Yeah, we've got the Alien Trooper. Which one of his sets shall we use this time? Should we go for 7051 Tripod Invader from 2011? That's always a favourite, isn't it? Yeah, he was in 4 different sets. All of them awesome. So we'll have him wave, shall we? Not very well. There we go. We've got another army builder. We've got 2 of this. Foot soldiers. Yeah, from sets like the Krang Lab Escape from 2013, set 79100. Get it out. There we go. So yeah, we've got loads of good army building while we're there. Oh, that was for my bridge. I need one more of those. I remember that. Oh, this is an interesting part. Oh, it's in black, is that? I thought it was sort of gunmetal-y colour. It's hard to tell in this. It looks black. Oh, I think it is black. Yeah, well, this is the really sort of lumpy, sort of rocky helmet that came on some Nexo Knights characters, the Ash Attackers, and they came on sets like 70323, Jestro's Volcano Lair from 2016. Wow, that's a nice set, isn't it? I love it how Jestro had to write his name on his base like he's sort of 10 years old and anyone was in any doubt anyway. But I thought one of my knights in my knight scene could wear that, just because it's a really sort of lumpy looking, sort of big hulking man helmet, and you can put horns in the side or something like that. So yeah, there's 2 men wearing that in that set. I can't see where they are. Oh, up in the turrets one. Oh, and on the steps. Yeah, there's another one there as well. So that set's also got an absolutely fabulous Nexo Knights flyer as well. I love some of these goody sort of side builds and the baddie side builds, quite frankly, from these sets. I might have to build that and have it as one of my flyers above my Ninjago city, albeit in a different sort of colour palette or something. I mean, I just got that same sort of windshield piece on that Frozen set last time. But then that's a bit opaque. I don't know. But anyway, I could try it and see if I like it. And then, look for the trans neon orange one if I really want it. Anyway, that helmet is pretty cool if you ask me. Very lumpy indeed. Should we give it to one of our foot soldiers? There we go. There's it being fashioned. Fantastic. We've got loads of bricks in old dark grey. We've got, a couple of pieces for the water wheel. Need them. Another one of those vines. Do you remember I'm collecting these in clear? There's another 4 there. I'm going to need loads more of them before I can unveil that. That's if it works. That's for another lobster pot like the one I've done in my marina. I just had the claws but not the sort of ladder pieces, I suppose you'd call it, to get a third one of those done. There's this for my Egyptian sort of cross section. I'm going to have a tomb, as you know, underneath the city with all my Egyptian sort of hieroglyphics pieces that people sent into the channel. And I thought I'd augment it. I think I've got one of these, but I need 2. And I don't know where it is. But anyway, I'll probably be able to find it. But it's got this lovely cobra on the top of it. And that came in 5 sets, including 4, 3, 2, 0, 8, Jasmine and Mulan's Adventure from 2022. So that's from the film Pocahontas, right? Yeah? Anyway, that's in there somewhere. I can't see it. Oh, it's round the back, of course. Right, just in a pot there. Not very instrumental to that set, but a very nice piece, actually. This one looks brand new, so that's good. We've got a head, which I just got because it looked very like, ooh. I've already got this guy. It's Dr. Charles Lightning. Don't you recognise him from the Adventurers sets? There's loads and loads of those, and he's in practically every single one of them. But I think my favourite is either the 7415 Aero Nomad balloon from 2003, or the one that I've actually got, the 5956 Expedition balloon from 1999, which is a killer Zeppelin. So, I mean, that's probably definitely better, actually. But the other one's sort of got a lure because I don't have it. So there we go. There's his head. Nowhere really to put that. More slopes, more 1x1x5s, loads of rock pieces, basically. And this person was very generous with their pricing. I mean, they are all grubby, and some of them are stained. I mean, you can see that one's stained, but I'm really not that bothered because I remember that I was putting these pieces in my cart for a penny or 2 at a time. And I thought, this person really doesn't want half of their pieces. I've got a rail because I use some for my, cable car, and I need to replace them from where I nicked them from. Talking to the cable car, I've got 3 more column supports for it because I had 1, so I've got 4 in total now, and that just means I can make the whole thing 5 brick height higher, because I reckon by the time I've got everything else in, quite frankly, it's going to vanish. So I'm going to have it crazy high. I might even get some more, actually, but so they'll go into making that a little bit higher. More slopes. Another gold minifigure accessory, but this time it's a weapon. This sort of flaming dragon sword. Looks very good, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure I must have that. I mean, it's very common. It's been in a million Ninjago sets, but it was cheap, and I thought can't remember if I've got it or not. More bricks, more palisade bricks in all sorts of different greys. Oh, they're stained. No, I think that's old light grey and new light grey. Slopes. Golly, I need to shovel these over. I mean, I used a lot of these sort of shorter slopes in my bridge build, and as a result, I was sort of running low. But there's also some pieces that I needed quite desperately, like these ones to grip onto shields for my, what will be, what's the hill called? Major Oak Hill. That's going to be probably my next big build. Now we've done the river and got all that bit sorted, the next sort of section I'm really looking forward to. And if you like the river, you'll like that even more, because I think it's going to be amazing looking. Then there's this lovely little sword, which is quite uncommon, actually. It's been in 6 sets, in little sort of Heroica game sets, 1 Hobbit set, and the Castle Kingdom set, 6918, the Blacksmith's Attack from 2011. And, oh, look, a water wheel powered hammer, just like in my city. Except I need to finish that water wheel, but there's a few pieces here and in another hall, I think, to get before I can do that. And a tan chicken. Nice. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, this is just a different nice sword. It's a nice little short sword with interesting sort of side bits. You could almost sort of look through that and say thunder, thunder, thundercats ho, couldn't you? And it'd get longer. So that's a good one. This in trans neon orange. And this is really interesting. I've been buying this piece in trans clear and now trans neon orange because I'm making sort of geode pieces out of them. I'm going to show you what I mean. I've brought my little geode bag with me. So essentially I get pieces like this, the sort of rocky faceted one, and then you put that on to make it a bit more interesting, and then you add loads of 1x1s or whatever to make a massive geode. So a massive version of that sort of thing with all the sort of coloured crystals on the inside. And you see a couple that I've done already. We've got a nice blue one there with the clear. Yeah, I'll probably change the base colour, but you get the idea. Yeah, looks quite nice. And here's a nice one actually with a purple contrasting with a trans pink and the trans clear. So they all look quite interesting, I think. So, you know, if I have a geode shop, or maybe I'll just be having them growing out of the ground. I know that's not how they work. They're usually sort of are sealed up and you cut them in half. But even so, I might have them growing out of the ground in my underground areas. But yeah, they're pretty interesting. Anyway, so I'm playing around with those to go with the sort of official ones in all sorts of different colours. So yeah, that is what that is for. I'll show you that. Bit of interest. So I'll pop that there for a special colour. We've got more dark green slopes, grey slopes, sand green slopes. Yeah, an absolute load. I'm just going to shove them all in the front like that. And hope everything's standing up by the end. And then I've got one more minifigure. And that is this fella, who's called Chen. And he's Ninjago, obviously. He looks rather good, doesn't he? He's got nice sort of gold accents to his clothing. What's that on the back? Oh, it's the sort of, I think of Cobra Kai sort of dojo sort of logo on the back. But whatever that is, he's got that. Yeah, he's very smart. I like his belt buckle as well. And he's got this big sort of, I don't know, cobra again with bones on it. Almost looks like an alien face clinger, doesn't it? Sort of hat on with the bits down the side. So yeah, he's obviously a big boss. So yeah, I need his backstory as well in the comment section, if you'd be so kind. He comes on 3 sets and another one with a black cape. So I'll have to decide if he needs a black cape, but I do quite like his back print, including 70595 Ultra Stealth Raider from 2016. So yeah, wow, look at his hand weapon in that. He's pretty tooled up, isn't he? Oh, and check out his cool dino mech thing. Wow, that is seriously cool. Am I going to have to build that as well? I don't really want to, but it is seriously cool. So I also kind of want to. I don't know if that's really going to fit into my Ninjago area. Yeah, so maybe I'll just have this guy walking down the street with his Cobra sort of hat on, acting like that's a normal thing to do. Because, yeah, it'll be a bit weird and a bit different, my Ninjago city, which we'll be coming back to on the main channel on Monday for a big kind of show and tell about something surprisingly cool. So, yeah, tune in for that. Yeah, it's pretty big, pretty amazing, and very pivotal for the Lego room. So, yeah, that is a very good figure to have next to that thing. Oh, we've had a bit of an avalanche with a foot soldier getting knocked over. But anyway, there we go. All those pieces in. I'm just going to pull the camera back and reframe. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then the last piece was very speculative indeed. And it's this tiny, 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 tiny little crown with its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little sort of, I don't know, spiky bits and a heart on the front. And I think at one point it's been trodden on or something, or needs a bit sort of bending into shape. But anyway, yeah, it's just tiny. It's Belleville. And, God, it's very hard to hold. I just tried to get it to see if I could use it somehow. I'm looking at that tiny pin. I think, yeah, it's going to go into one of the pins in people's hair, which I don't have any of. Do I? Does he have a hole? No, he doesn't. So, yeah, I can't really see if it'll work, but I think it will. That's been an absolute loads of sets. 18, including 5, 9, 6, 3, the Princess and the Pea. So, yeah, I'll probably use that in my castle scene, I suppose, just for one of the princesses or something like that, because I reckon all the ladies should be wearing some sort of crown or tiara or something, looking rather swanky. So I've got no other idea for it, unless I give it to some sort of baddie and have it as the sort of, you know, you know, the Snake King or something like that. Something like that. So there we go. So that is my haul of quite a lot of grey plates. Yes, then hence the name. But the road plates are on. But that's really vital. So at least we can get on with the train station now. But I did also buy loads of stuff from Lego Direct this week. Firstly, Mrs. Hood got me a Christmas present, and she's very generously let me have the free gifts that came with it. So we've got the baby gorilla encounter, which has got a nice guy with his goatee and lots of equipment and so on, and he's not too branded, so I could use him practically anywhere. And there is said baby gorilla, looking almost like a statue, very sort of serene and symmetrical, like an idol almost. You almost want to spray that gold and have it as the golden gorilla statue. But yeah, lots of interesting and useful pieces in that, so I'll dump that on the heap. Another thing, because Mrs. Hood bought me a generous set, is I've got the hot chocolate stand as well. So I guess I'll be building that and sticking that somewhere in my city as well. And it's based on a great big hot chocolate mug. So yeah, I don't really need another food concession, but wherever I've got a space, that will fit very well, I'm sure. Yeah, there you can see the mug a bit better. So I'm looking forward to building that. So that's an addition from this week. And then I got loads and loads of tiles, but also I got some more interesting parts from Bricks and Pieces, because the tiles I needed, if I'm going to even tile the track, let alone the platforms themselves in the main station. But this is where I got all the parts for more statues for my bridge, if I do decide to have 6 statues on it. So I've got this lovely sort of toga piece and a blank head in grey. And I also got some different hair pieces as well, because I needed 4. So I thought one could have a pigeon sat on his head, so he wouldn't need a hairpiece. This one I thought could be a sort of monk or something like that, with that sort of bowl haircut. So maybe he was a famous monk or philosopher from the history of Brick Nottingham. And then maybe this guy was a mad scientist or something, or a charismatic leader with that hair. So that's pretty cool. And then I've got another one here. I think I had a couple of grey hair pieces already to choose from. So yeah, I can give them all accessories and have them on that bridge. So I'm going to try that next time as well. Let's wheel this down again. There we go. And one of the grey accessories I won't be using, for the statues at least, is this. Crutches, which are very fun. Not the cheapest. They're sort of 40p each or something, which seems a bit, over the top. But I thought I'd get 1 pair as a result. You do have crutches already for like the clumsy man and stuff like that. But I thought I'd get 2 of this side. And maybe actually I could give them sort of 1 to a person who's limping along. And then I can use it twice effectively on 2 different areas. So yeah, I won't give that to one of my statues because that looked really weird. I think it must be relatively new, this one, in this colour. Because, I mean, obviously in this set, this haul, I've already got some in different colours. But I needed loads of these. So, yeah, I got 10 new because I figure they must be few and far between. Do you remember I talked about my wanted list where I have doesn't exist? So pieces that don't exist, you put on your wanted list, and then when they do become in existence, then a picture suddenly appears and you go, it exists now. So ages ago, when I built my elephant cargo wagon for my train, the sort of circus elements of it, I wanted one of these for the elephant's neck in blue, and I've had to use one in grey. So I just put it on my wanted list, and now they're available in blue. So 6p later, I've got a proud owner of a piece to put in position over there. Then there was a sort of mixology class for Harry Potter, which had these sort of explosions in, or whatever they are, bubbling away. So I thought I'd have some of those. I don't know where I'm going to use them yet. Ideas for that, but could be somewhere magic-y, maybe on the end of a magic staff or something, or under the sea even. Talking of magic staffs, check that out. They're used for sort of drain pipes in a few sets in black, I think it's available. But it's another part that's about 40p just for a stick. But anyway, I thought I'd use a brown one for a magic magician's staff, basically. It's got some good angles on it as well, so you can have it held at a diagonal angle with that bit in the middle. So, you could sort of put all sorts of things on the end of that and make it really interesting. Yeah, so there we go. That's that part. Got a new phone with a map on it with directions. Got it right way up. There we are. That's probably better. So that's nice. I like that. Got some different ice cream or poop sort of pieces in this lavender and pink. So that's quite nice for a sort of slushy machine. Then I got the idea for doing, like on in Denmark, in Copenhagen, they've got is it the Little Mermaid from the Hans Christian Andersen statue, basically. And I thought we could have a similar statue in Brick Nottingham, just near, for sort of sailors or whatever. And it's a mermaid made out of brass that has gone verdigris in the over the ages. So yeah, I've got the head, torso, and the tail piece. And incidentally, on the last brick haul, somebody sent in this tail, so I've actually got an alternative. I kind of like the plain one if it's a statue, because then it doesn't make sense. Maybe I'll keep this one for using as an actual mermaid, because mermaids are real. So yeah, I don't like that as much actually. So that will get sort of perched somewhere near my docks eventually. But I really like the idea. I didn't get the hairpiece because it wasn't yet available, but I see that it is now. So next haul, next Bricks and Pieces order I do over there, I'll be getting the hairpiece as well. It's just a sort of generic short lady hair. So that's good. A geode piece that I couldn't tell if it was new or old, but it said it was new in the catalogue, so I don't know if it's just a recast, so I just got one. That's just to go with my geode collection I just showed you. Then I've got a couple of torsos. This lovely brown suit with a flower. I like the fact they didn't do a sort of realistic flower, but they did a Lego flower. I like that. That's a good touch if you ask me. Waistcoat underneath. Can't remember the set it came from. And there's a nice one with a lavender top with a grey skull underneath and a memory stick and stuff. Hoodie. Like it a lot. So they're very different. And I think they were both from sets that I wouldn't be buying. Like I wouldn't be buying this green top hat. And these are all the heads I got. Heads are quite good value really, because they're only about 20p each, and or maybe 30. Whereas some other parts are absolutely crazy. So just having a bit of variety with surprised glasses moustache man, or explodey science lady, or another shades, another confused person. But yeah, they're all good. Like those. And then, probably my favourite part of the whole thing actually, is this sort of smoke type, energy effect type thing. I mean, it could also be a zap from a wizard's staff or something, but I sort of think of it as coming out of a chimney. And it's in this lovely chemical trans pink colour. But it's very, I don't know, evocative of movement, isn't it? Sort of, I don't know, it's just really interesting as Lego pieces go. There's no right angles on the whole thing, so I absolutely love that. So that has to be pouring out of something, but what? That's the question. So I'm going to put that, well, let's see if I can stick it in something to hold it up. Here we go. It'll fit in the top of one of these, won't it? There we go. So I'll put that in there. There we go. Oh, that's nice. And I got another one because it's available in about 4 different colours. I only got 2 of them. But the second one was this one. This is actually light aqua, or aqua. I can never tell the difference, but anyway. But from a distance, it almost looks white, doesn't it? So it almost looks like smoke coming from a regular fire. So I think I might be able to put that in one of my old town chimneys, or even replace the one that I've got in the wispy smoke underneath the castle from one of those medieval village sets, and replace it with this one. That's what I'm going to try anyway. Yeah, because smoke can be a little bit sort of grey white, can't it? And a bit, maybe not quite this colour close up, but I think there it looks about right. You get the idea. So that is a very nice piece indeed. I can recommend that one a great deal. Cool. So that is absolutely everything I bought this week, which is not as much as I buy some weeks, but is still quite a varied and interesting bunch. I love this guy. What was he called again? Overlord, with his 4 arms. It's a bit weird to have these sorts of characters walking down the streets of a city, but hey, I'm here for it. So that's absolutely cool. So we've got the parts for the bridge. We've got a few parts all over the place. Got the parts for the station. We got the road that we need. So yeah, all in all, pretty happy with that. Oh, and a hot chocolate stand. Well, what a lovely haul. It's always great when you can get the parts that you desperately need in the quantity that you need, and still pick up some wonderful army builder pieces and new figures and all the rest of it in the same place. Very happy with that. And then my specialist pieces that I got alongside all those hundreds of tiles have really brightened up that side of the ordering as well. So very happy with absolutely everything I've got there. I just look forward to getting those things clean and getting them into the Lego room for use. So until we get to that, it only remains to say thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome brick hauls. Do also subscribe to the main Robin Hood Bricks channel to see these parts going into all of those projects. And if you value these channels, there are many ways in which you can support them. Do check out the links in the description below. It really does matter, especially around Christmas. I do make a few % on the sets you buy direct from Lego, for instance. And yeah, it makes all the difference. And then next week we're doing another brick haul, of course. And then on Monday, yeah, I've got that Ninjago area surprise to show you. And it's going to be pretty epic, if you ask me. And then probably the one after that, well, we can decide. Do we want to continue on with the central station, or do we want to make a start on Major Oak Hill and continuing into the Old Town? I think both are going to be quite impressive builds. So anyway, until all of that, see you! You know, that crown doesn't actually look that bad on this guy. He's pretentious enough to wear it.